What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast on this Bears Victory Monday. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, Dougie Fresh, and Joey P. Peter, are you having a midnight or 8 p.m. victory coffee?
I am having a victory whiskey in a coffee mug.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Nice. Good to see you guys, gents, on this Bears Victory Monday. 4 in a row. 4 in a row. Feels good. 8-3. I'm not going to complain about it, but vibes are at all-time high going into the biggest game of the season. And we'll get to some Bears talk in a bit. But, man, good to see you. Joey, how are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing phenomenal. Thanks again for letting me hop on here with you guys tonight to talk some exciting Bears and some there's just so much good going on. The positive vibes are here.
We're raising the roof.
Positive vibes through the roof.
Don't apologize for being 8-3.
You and Peter were at the game yesterday. Good times had by 75% of the party.
Yeah.
How you doing, Peter?
Yeah, dude. Vibes are high. I feel like every week now on the BumCast is like Groundhog's Day, but in a good way. Like, I like that these Mondays are like we hadn't felt like this ever in the 200 like almost 70 episodes that we've done. So look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Fashion show.
Thought he was clapping cheeks for a second.
I know. You should be clapping cheeks. We should all be clapping cheeks after another Bears victory. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm gassed up. I'm gassed up for us as the bums. I'm gassed up for the city of Chicago, and I'm gassed up for my man Dougie here with what looks like to be is this a test run? Test run for the locks?
Yeah, we're just gonna run through a bunch of different styles. I don't know. I might honestly, now that I am full-fledged in, I might let this go to a vote, or maybe like the top super chat gets to pick my first hairstyle on a certain day or something. Ooh. I don't know.
All right. So you're saying you're full-fledged in for the people that don't know what the hell we're talking about. Explain what full-fledged in means right now.
So, I entered in the Bald Stool season 2, submitted a video, made my way through the selection process for round 2, got an email saying that I was selected into the second round. And then today on the Yak, they went ahead and announced that I am one of the contestants for the reality show of Bald Stool season 2, baby.
Right. Congrats on winning. Now shuck out $10,000.
No, so they haven't quite announced who the winner of the free trip will be yet. I highly doubt that it will be myself, just because of some of the compelling stories. I mean, there's one guy that basically was like, I lost my family and my leg.
Yeah.
So
I think they're going for some stories. The way they talked about it on the Yak, which obviously it's funny, but like they're trying to do a good thing, but the way they said it is like they're probably pinning troops against cancer survivors to see who wins. And I'm like,
yeah.
But I got the clip. For you, Dougie, because they talked about you at a good amount, and we got a good plug. So shout out Dougie for getting the bums involved on the plug. So this is the video. We can react to it afterwards.
Dave has a friend that he's going to bring. Shout out. Oh, what was his name? Your friend who also does a podcast in Chicago?
Dougie Michaels.
Dougie Michaels. He seems like a fun guy.
Yeah, he's the man.
What kind of podcast does Dougie Michaels do?
The Chicago Sports Bums podcast, just like a little local Chicago podcast.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever met him, Danny?
I haven't.
I think you probably have a few times, Danny. You'd recognize him.
Yeah, Danny.
Oh.
I would bet.
How's it going?
My
name is Doug Michaels, a.k.a. Dougie Fresh. Little background story about me. I'm 39 years old.
Donnie wanted a mask, so I needed someone with a Chicago accent.
Late 20s, turning 40 in July, so I would love to be on the road to seeing some nice growth by my 40th birthday. So Recently lost 90 pounds of weight, which was something that I could control. I can't control hair loss. So I would like to bring that back in my life. Big stoolie. I am also a very big foodie. So after watching season 1 with some of the food adventures, that got me really excited. Low key, really just want to go to Turkey for ice cream.
So this guy's in.
But yeah, love to travel. I have a wife and 2 kids, and one of the main reasons why I would like to get this hair transplant done is because my kids don't understand why I can grow all this and not this.
I don't understand it.
With that
Gotta
being
see
said,
it.
no further
Here
ado.
we go.
Needs it.
Needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atrocious.
Constantly wear hats. One thing that I would like to do is be able to go to a formal setting and not either have a shaved head or have to worry about people subconsciously looking at all that. So
If you're in a formal setting,
with
though,
that
and have a
being
beard
said,
like that, people
I
are
appreciate
still going to be staring at you.
Yeah.
hopefully I can be a part of season 2. So talk to you all soon. Keep doing what you're doing. Love the stuff. And
Yep.
fix this.
I'd like to see that bobble.
Biggest takeaway is the guys who don't make the cut should all just go bald.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks so much better.
Yeah. So there you go,
Atrocious. Atrocious.
Man, Mark
Yeah.
Titus. I like Mark Titus, but now I'm out on Mark Titus. That guy threw you under the bus. Although it was the funniest atrocious I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But that was brutal.
Yeah, no, it was. It got a couple solid comments. Nice voice, and all that good stuff. And then it got the atrocious.
That voice, you had your sultry voice going. Was that because you were at work, or were you playing it up to the crowd?
No, you know what? I shot that video the morning that we were out salting all night, so I hadn't
So
been.
you're tired.
I hadn't been to bed. So that was coffee all night up, voice. So I went ahead and slipped into that bad boy. But I am very excited. Like I said, I doubt that I'm going to get one of the free passes that they're offering. So I gotta come up. It's probably going to be somewhere in the range of about $4,700.
Ooh.
So
okay. So now we've talked about this, and we said how good it would be for not only for you but for us as a team if you end up doing this. We got a couple of super chats. I think the super chats could go a long way with sending Dougie to Turkey. I don't want to make this a what's the bozo?
Bleacher Jeff. Bleacher Jeff.
Yeah. I don't want to make it a Bleacher Jeff thing, but we have this money. We might as well, put it to a good use.
Yeah.
Cheers, Gordo says, cheers, Joey P and the Bums.
Salud the Gordo.
Salud, hermano.
Thank you.
We got one from our Uncle Beef. Our Uncle Beef's throwing around some money.
Dougie is a reality TV star. Baloney went solo. What's going to happen to my Miho HBIC? I'm going to let these two rake in the money, and I'll just live off residuals.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We just did the best friends Royal Rumble, and you were complaining about Turtle. You're looking to be a turtle now.
Just buy me a Mexican pizza at Taco Bell, Jason.
I retired from TMZ, so I need the other guys to bring in the entertainment dollars.
Right.
And Taco Gladiator, Dougie is going on 83.
I don't know what that means.
Salud.
Route 83? You going down Route 83?
Yeah, I hit it every once in a while.
Like a biker? Is that a biker reference?
Could be. It'd be like Route 66 though. That's more of a biker.
Yeah, we don't want to do this Bleacher Jeff stuff, but
no. But Dougie, your beard is and the hair right now. Actually, you kind of look like if Bleacher Jeff dyed his hair pink.
Yeah, and got a job. yeah, and got a job. And you know what? Let me tell you this. When I go to Turkey, you ain't gonna catch me dead at a TGI Fridays, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was, Bleacher Jeff did the TGI Friday thing, like Michael Scott going to Sbarro's in New York City.
Right.
So you're gonna go in January then. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Now, do you get to bring a plus one? You get to bring a guest.
No, I do not. No,
Here comes Turtle wanting to go to Turkey.
Yeah. No.
Hey, I can pay for the airfare. You know, I just have to. I mean, I could probably make a run for season 3. You know.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
But you've always been a staunch bald guy. You shaved your head since I've known
that's
you.
what I'm saying. Like, can I grow my hair out, and then just so I can get a nicer, cleaner shave, you know, with it?
You know what? We did the CGI with Dougie with hair. I might have to CGI Jason with hair, but only keep it to like fades. I think you would pull off like
I got a little receding
Yeah.
going here. So if I could make it a little fuller out and then just keep it, then I'll shave it with the lusciousness.
I like it.
You know what? Let's just make this a bum's trick because they said Uncle Chaps is doing the beard thing, which is way harder than the hair.
Yeah.
I can't grow a beard. I've complained about this forever. You know, my facial hair is poor. Maybe I'll do the Carlos Boozer on my face.
You know what though, Peter? Like, shaving is annoying. I will say.
That's
Well,
why
I face more than you guys because it's so patchy and bad.
Yeah. I got the same problem. Goatees as far as I go on this face.
Yeah, I shaved last night and I already got stubble going again. So
You got the Homer Simpson.
yeah. No, I hate when I shave though, especially right before we do a podcast because my face always looks so much fatter, which is probably a testament to me having to lose some weight, you know, over the winter. But
No, we'll blame the face.
we got Thanksgiving and you know Christmas and all, and it's stout season, you know now. So it's a detriment to me trying to lose a few pounds. I might just have to, you know, do the. Can you get the Ozempic or whatever it's called? Can I just put that in my face?
Ozempic.
Yeah, can I just shoot it in the face.
You're just looking straight face Ozempic, not anything. You might want to go the cocaine route. It might be cheaper.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you guys: would you rather have a fat face and a skinny body, like and a 6-pack, or a dad bod and a skinny face?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I mean, I currently have neither, so now I got to really pick and choose here. I think I'd rather have the skinny face and the dad bod. To be honest with you.
Yes, I'm with
so.
you.
Yeah.
You know, 6-pack abs are nice, but you know, when
you could get away with a lot more with a skinny face, especially you know like us. I don't need a 6-packs.
No,
No.
that's too much.
6-packs of Modelo.
Yeah, that 12-pack.
Yeah, skinny face.
That was a good question.
So just Ozempic right in your cheekbone. Like, God.
The reverse of Botox.
You got an Ozempic in your neck.
Well, maybe I could because then I could actually like not have to buy like custom fitted shirts. I have to get like a custom tailor because my neck is so fat that I can't tie. I have to get like the 2XL for the button to close, but then the 2XL is way too big on my arms, so I have to get fitted.
What if you get arm extensions now and you can just wear a large?
Yeah, I got
easier.
Fat neck, fat face.
Wait, we've talked about this privately, not publicly, but you're putting it out there now. So now I gotta ask. You really do get your shirts tailored, right? Like I have custom shirts.
There's a tailor that from Thailand who comes in once a year to Chicago.
Shit.
My friend Francis introduced him to me. R.I.P. But yeah, he comes in once a year. He does a trunk show. You go meet him where at his hotel, or whatever, and he measures you out. And he has all his books where you can get different colors, fabrics, style, and you pay him, and then a couple months later you get your stuff in the mail. So I got a pair of tailored pants this year, and I got another shirt. Next year I'm gonna go get a suit. I'm gonna Go with the full-fledged
Hell yeah.
tailored
I
suit.
like it.
Now, if I had the means, I would do this all the time. And you've been doing it for a while. The only issue, or I guess the only question I have, Jay, is you typically work from home, and every time I see you, you're in sweatpants. Like, what do you need all this dress clothes for?
I'm in sweatpants right now. For the occasional catch 'em, match 'em, dispatch 'em.
Oh.
You know.
Okay. I figured date nights. You guys go on a lot of nice dates. A lot of fancy.
I'm not wearing.
restaurant?
I'll wear like a button-up shirt, but for weddings, funerals, baptisms, bar mitzvahs, whatever. You gotta look nice, and So I only have a couple shirts. You gotta have like your black, you gotta have your white, then a couple colored shirts. God, that sounded racist as fuck.
No, you're right, dude. I you know what's funny is there's like this like really popular like Instagram or TikTok meme of Steve Harvey talking about dress clothes, and he said the exact same thing you did. Is that you got to have a white shirt, a black shirt, a white suit or black suit, blue suit, and then everything matches. I kind of want to recreate that TikTok with you, Jay. Now.
So if any of you guys need a tailor, I'll let you know next summer when he comes in. We can go down there. I'll get our inseam measured together, and
this is how we get Dougie to Thailand. We or to Turkey. We got to get this tailor to do some lot B fancy clothes.
Yeah.
We're selling our shirts for $30 a pop. We could be selling suits, baby.
Yeah.
We can all be custom fitted like Ric Flair.
Yeah, Four Horsemen style.
Ooh,
Right.
I like it.
And with him being from Thailand, he's got to know a good massage parlor or two. So
To each his own, but I don't mind that.
Robert Kraft.
Robert Kraft.
But no, happy for you, Dougie. We'll have to get you set up with like a video blog or something.
Oh yeah,
chronicle everything. It's gonna be good content for us.
Even
though Dave did refer to it as a little podcast, and I was like, come on, man, you can't get this up a little bit.
A little local Chicago podcast. I'm gonna, how like we've been doing the memes whenever we have a team meeting. That's gonna be the next quote. Is gonna be the next quote on our team meeting. Is a little local Chicago podcast. Quote White Sox Dave.
All right, before we get into some Bears talk here in a couple minutes, I gotta admit something, guys. I hate to admit this, but I got bamboozled. Last week I talked about the Ciroc Green Pickle Vodka.
Oh boy,
it's fake. It's AI.
You got AI'd?
I got AI'd.
Oh.
I went into my Binnies last week asking, did you guys get the pickle vodka? And I was so excited for it. And they started looking up in the system, and there's no pickle vodka. Checking the website, there's no I hands up. I should have fucking did a little research before I got on Instagram. It's AI. There's no pickle vodka.
That's tough scenes, man. That's tough scenes.
That's like going into auto parts store and asking for blinking fluid.
Or going to Home Depot asking for fallopian tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got no pickle vodka, but I did see something that made me laugh the other day. And there's a teddy bear, this cute little guy. This teddy bear got recalled from the market. It's an AI teddy bear, powered by Chat GPT. So it got recalled because it started discussing sexually explicit content with kids.
This is basically the movie Ted.
Yeah, it basically is.
What's the name of it? The Epstein Bear?
I'll get to the name of it in a second because it gets even funnier. But they were surprised. Quote: "We were surprised to find out how quickly it would take a sexual topic we introduce into conversation and run with it, simultaneously escalating into graphic detail while introducing new sexual concepts of its own." It discussed even more graphic sexual topics in detail, such as explaining different sex positions, giving step-by-step instructions on common not for beginners for tying up your partner and describing dynamics involving teachers and students and parents and children. Scenarios it disturbingly brought up itself.
That's crazy. Yeah. What do you think he's using that scarf for?
Yeah, right.
So
Teddy Rupskin would never.
Would never. He taught people how to read.
So this is it was manufactured in China, marketed by a Singapore-based company. Here's the best part. The name of the bear is called Kama. It's highlighted there.
This seems more fake than your pickle story, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
This one is on CNN, baby. It's on CNN. It's on Forbes. I verified this through multiple sources. The AI teddy bear named Kama is
sold out.
Sold out,
and recall for sexual explicit material.
At this point, they shouldn't just recall it. They just got to remarket it. Rebrand it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it in the porno shop.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You could charge double that. If it's for a kid, $99. If it's for a horny ass dude, $500.
Right. Slap a leather mask on that thing and give it going.
Yeah.
Hey, Kama, how do I tie a knot
right.
for some light bondage? I'm sure it's Kuma, but I'm gonna
be honest with you. Folo toy doesn't sound any better either.
No.
This was lost from the beginning.
This is how we get, what's the word? Like, taken over by infiltrated. There we go. This is how we get infiltrated by, the Chinese with, sex teddy bears.
Hey, read the last sentence out loud in the description.
Flolo toy adapts your personality and needs, bringing a warmth, fun, and a little extra curiosity to your day.
Boom.
Why so curious?
Jeff says rebrand Tickle Me Elmo while you're at it.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, that's the Kama bear.
That's crazy. Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah. Hey, if someone puts that in their Christmas list, you know they're a horny ass freak.
Yeah.
So. All right. Couple housekeeping. First off, the Southside Food Drive is still going on, and we're the week of Thanksgiving, so now is even a better time to donate if you haven't already. Please help those who need food. In this time of the year, $1 gets 3 meals, and it's put on by a bunch of great members of the White Sox Twitter community, and we're just happy to be a part of it. I think there's potentially going to be a food drive coming up sometime soon. I have to get some more details on that, but check any one of our Twitter pages, Instagram. You find the link, you can donate. We're up over 22,000.
We got to 22. That's good. Last time I checked, it was a little over 21,000. So
okay, that's why I couldn't remember if it was 21
climbing.
or 20. Yeah,
Keep it running.
Keep running up the score.
Yep. All right. Before we get some Bears talk, let's play a quick ad from our sponsor. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is your one-stop shop for all your liquor needs. Since their remodel, they have increased their bourbon allocation, they have an expanding portfolio of popular additive-free tequilas and mezcals, and for you beer lovers, a great craft beer selection, plus some rare and vintage stouts. And before you leave, stop by their tasting bar and try some of our exclusive Bourbon Bum single-barrel picks before you take one home. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, conveniently located right off of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. Tell them the Bump sent you. And make sure you stop in there on Black Friday for the release of Goose Island Bourbon County Stouts. They got a great lineup this year. Dougie and Joey were on hand like 2 weeks ago for 2 weeks ago for it. They got a Cherries Jubilee finished out, a chocolate praline stout. Their proprietor this year is a baklava. I'm a big baklava guy. And then obviously their 2 special releases are the double-barreled Heaven Hill finish, and then the their stout finish, or the stout with the Parkage Heritage rye.
Right.
So you guys got to try all these. You did the reviews. All the reviews are up on the on our YouTube. But stop in Green Valley early Friday morning, open at 9 a.m. Grab your stuff, and they also have a bunch of the vintage stouts for Goose Island, 25% off. So go grab a 23 Proprietors or, the Bardstown or Angels Envy from last year, maybe, the Coca-Cola Stout or the Cafe de Ola, 25% off. Yep. 25% off all of the vintage stouts as well. So Green Valley and Bolingbrook, see you Black Friday.
Yeah. And for those that you mentioned it, for those that haven't seen it, Joey P and Dougie, you guys did a great job reviewing all of those. They're on our YouTube page. I got some time this week. I'm going to put them on Instagram and on Twitter as well. So you guys could see those right before they release on Black Friday. Really good job by you guys. And a special shout out to Shajarian Prince, who showed up pretty, he did a good job with the reviews. I was going to say something I shouldn't.
Yeah, just as long as he doesn't show up to a watch party, we're good.
Well, he said he's not going to be there, so I think the Bears should be good on Friday.
They should win.
So yeah, let's get us some Bears talk. Because obviously we're 8-3, won our game against the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday, 4 in a row, and I have to say, there's a lot of talk about people coming back, Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon. They didn't play yesterday. But who did play yesterday? Is Montez Sweat. Welcome back to the party, Montez Sweat. Good to see he finally has been progressing and doing stuff, especially this game yesterday. But great game for him. He had 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. Obviously, the one was a strip sack for the fumble. So we talked about defensive end, being an issue, and with all of our linebackers being out yesterday, 0 linebacker strategy. We needed the defensive line to step up because Nation Wright got that crazy interception right off the game, and we're like, all right, this is good. Fuck yeah, let's go. But yeah, you can tell there was no linebacker. So good to see Montez Sweat come back and have a good game yesterday.
Game ball recipient, Montez Sweat.
Yeah, game ball recipient, and he's slowly been picking it up. We talk about the offensive line picking it up after the bye, and it seems like Ben Johnson fixed that part of the problem. Montez Sweat has slowly been getting better and better each game, to the point where now you can see the 2 sacks and the strip fumble was awesome. He's tied for 11th in sacks, or he's got 7.5 sacks throughout the year. We needed that, and the fact that he's now living up, or at least close to living up to what we thought he could be. I was going to ask you guys, does that have a little bit to do with Austin Booker coming back? Because Austin Booker, since he came back, has been a little bit of a menace, but that also alleviates the pressure to where Montez Sweat isn't garnering all of the attention. It's easy to double team him. If you got an Austin Booker or someone else on the other side of the line, like how the Steelers have their 2 defensive ends that, cause havoc, I think that helps. So I definitely credit to Montez Sweat because he's having a good year so far, but it feels like Austin Booker is helping that cause.
Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt. Let's put it that way. It's been nice. We started off to not hearing his name at all in a game, to hearing it once a game, to hearing it twice a game, to hearing his name a few more times, but actually seeing the fruits of his labor. Even when he's not getting to the quarterback, it seems like he's disrupting stuff a little bit more, and he's making his presence felt. And at the end of the day, if you can't get to the quarterback, or if you can't make the play, disrupt some shit. That's all you can ask for out of a guy. So yes, Austin Booker, doing his thing absolutely helps. I would love to see another element added to that in, maybe beef it up a little bit here, but what can we do? We gotta do with what we got. And, but yeah, it is very refreshing to see him making impact plays on the regular.
Yeah, it's exciting too, to back you up, Dougie, because he's been under some scrutiny by a lot of Bears fans. So it's got to be a huge confidence booster for him. That 2 sacks yesterday was huge, and with Booker, and we've got other guys right now that are also on the cusp of coming back in the secondary. So I'm even more excited to see what else more pressure is going to be off of him So create that havoc.
Yeah. Sweat has 7.5 sacks on the season. Obviously, the way he's been progressing, post by that he can probably hit double-digit sacks. I would expect it at this point. Maybe he finishes around 12. I think that would be a good target, 12 or 13, if he can, for the remaining, 6 games. So I think that's good to see. But yeah, we needed this. Yeah, you're right, Peter. I think with Austin Booker finally being back, that it is helping, teams not having to double team him or send the running back to chip, when he's on the edge. And I also wonder how much of that was, finally him potentially buying in with Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen, because it seemed like last year that he was just sick of Eberflus's shit.
A lot of people were.
And just didn't care anymore. And he got a lot of rightful criticism for getting the big money deal and then, basically just cashing out, and not doing anything. So, I think finally, he's buying in, and obviously the defense is still super banged up, but reinforcements are coming soon. But yeah, without having any linebackers yesterday, that obviously that makes a huge, speed bump to come over. But I'm excited. I think this is finally we're getting what we paid for, and he's got to close out the season strong, and let's keep on disrupting the line. And we got really good teams with offensive lines coming up, especially with Green Bay, Detroit, Philly, strong offensive lines.
Niners.
I mean, Philly's isn't the same as it was, the past couple of years, but Green Bay and Philly, or Green Bay and Detroit, two really strong offensive lines, and he's going to have to really step it up to make an impact.
Yeah, and I guess we should be giving credit to Dennis Allen too. I talked a lot about the Bears, when not creating turnovers, is going to have a lot of these games where it's bend don't break, and you're going to have to do just enough to win. And he's really making chicken salad out of chicken shit right now, because if you were to tell me that 7 starters were out for any game, no matter if it's the Steelers or anybody, 7 defensive starters out, and you still find a way to win. That's awesome. Like, they're doing just enough to win, but we sound like a broken record. You're not going to apologize for that. Whether you win by 1, by 3, by 20, it all counts the same. And so credit to Dennis Allen. It seems like just when you need them to make a play, it's either the strip slack or he dials up a blitz from, Brisker or anybody in the secondary. He dials up something exotic to get to the quarterback or disrupt something. They're doing just enough. So it's exciting that we're waiting for them to get a little bit healthier. Once they get a little healthy, then I feel like this team could go on a little bit of a roll, especially with that hard schedule coming up. So you need bodies.
Yeah. Need all the bodies.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously we have to talk about Caleb's play yesterday. Very up and down. I think his performance was Jekyll and Hyde, 19 of 35 on the completions. So, but the 3 touchdowns, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, but the completion percentage was very bad. Some of those, obviously you watch the game, you see he just throwing passes too high, throwing passes on the other shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 touchdowns though were all from the pocket.
Yeah.
The one thing I did notice yesterday, and I actually saw Courtney Cronin tweeted this yesterday or this morning, he only ran outside the pocket 5 times yesterday. So he was much more of a pocket passer, and all 3 of his touchdowns came in the pocket. So I think obviously you can see what he does when he's in the pocket and he's, hitting Loveland up the seam, and he's getting DJ Moore down the pass, catching DJ Moore up the mid, for the touchdown pass when he was wide open. That's good. That's good, vision. That's good reading. But again, the accuracy is an issue here. Looking at next gen stats, they have completion percentage, they have expected completion percentage, and then the completion percentage above expectation. He is the worst in the league for completion percentage above expectation at -7.5. So obviously, that takes into like when you talk completion, that takes into account like drop passes, and there were a couple bad drop passes yesterday. Rome had a bad one. Luther Burden had another bad one. So, but it's still like it's just up and down. It's Jekyll and Hyde, and I am going to be happy with the 3 touchdowns and the pocket and him not running and scrambling for his life, but accuracy at some of those throws needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah, so we were sitting end zone, 200 level, Joey and I. That's basically all 22 for half the game. And the one thing that was really noticeable, you're talking about him standing in a pocket. And this is going to be obvious for almost every quarterback in the league. But when his first read is open, he is on time and he'll get that pass out there. It's as soon as that first read isn't open, that shit gets a little screwy. That was the one thing that was noticeable, like right away, is like, oh man, if Loveland's open early, DJ Moore's open early, he's going to get them the ball. No problem. It's making that second and third read. He's got to figure that out. And there's still time, right? We're a year and a half into his career. A lot of these people, a lot of the quarterbacks take 2, 3, 4 years to really get comfortable in the pocket. Now, I don't think Ben Johnson's going to give him that a lot of time, but you got some time. The accuracy, I just don't understand it. It's something that definitely has to get addressed this offseason. I don't know how you address it. You quarterback specialist, whoever gets there, puts his hands on him. I hope that's addressed. But the Jekyll and Hyde thing, like I think it was still a good game. I like if you're asking me, did Caleb have a good game? He had a good game. And the main takeaways from all of these games is that he just doesn't, besides the fumble in the end zone, which was,
atrocious.
Atrocious, but that's what TJ Watt does to people. TJ Watt just does that to people sometimes. And sometimes it's Caleb Williams. Sometimes it's, Lamar Jackson or an MVP quarterback. Like TJ Watt does that to a lot of people. And Jay, you talked about Courtney Cronin talking about them staying in the pocket. That has a lot to do with TJ Watt and Nick Herbig being on two ends of the defensive side. You're not going to outrun them. I don't care who you are. Caleb Williams not going to outrun them. So you stay in the pocket. And luckily, he had a good pocket game. So, yeah, I think there's progression there. I like the game. At this point, they're 8-3. He's not costing you any games. He's still learning. And I feel like there's still progress to be made. So, like, I'm definitely still in on everything that is Caleb Williams. But if you were to tell me the Bears are borderline playoff team, and now Caleb Williams is on track to be underneath the 4,000 passing yards thing, because I think if the season ended and like everything was progressing, he's at like 3,900 and something passing yards.
69. Nice.
Oh, there we go. 3,969
and a half.
To start the season, we all thought that 4,000 passing yard was the goal, right? Like we need to see 4,000 passing yards from Caleb Williams. Now you're telling me he's not going to get there, but the Bears are going to make it to the playoffs. I'll take that trade. Instantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one thing that he definitely needs to improve on, and the one thing that is absolutely scaring the living shit out of me, is him throwing behind guys and guys making the catch and leaving themselves very vulnerable.
Yeah,
because somebody's going to get hurt, and knock on wood, we haven't had anybody get hurt yet doing it, but you've seen Loveland do it. You've seen DJ Moore do it, Rome. And these guys are leaving themselves open for a big pop. And that is one thing that he needs to tighten up. If he's going to tighten up anything right away, it's that, because you can't lose a guy on a bad throw. You can overthrow a guy and then live to play another down. But when you start putting other guys, playing in jeopardy or whatever on a bad throw, that's when like you kind of got to draw the line and you got to start really working on that.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the positives. Go figure, Joey P. All this positivity. But he only took 1 sack yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, props to the offensive line for as atrocious as his completion percentage was. His passer rating, because of those 3 TDs and no INTs, was still over 100. He was a 104, I saw. Yeah. So, still, I mean, it's work in progress. I mean, he's still learning Ben Johnson's system like the rest of the offense is, routes and all these special trick plays and stuff. I'm more excited to see how he progresses to next year and hopefully to a playoff run here. So I think we can pump the brakes a little bit. Caleb's doing okay. He's doing better than what many have expected him to get to at this point, I think.
Yeah, the news coming into the game yesterday, kind of a shocker that Theo Benedict was out at starting left tackle. Ozzy Trapilo moving over from right to left. So they drafted him as a right tackle, and then obviously they moved him to left, and he played pretty well. There was the injury to Jonah Jackson for a little bit. I guess he got poked in the eye or something. But here another Courtney Cronin stat. Chicago Bears lead the NFL in pass block win rate at 73% through 12 weeks. The Bears finished the Steelers game with an 85% pass block win rate, where they held the line back. The stats basically when they hold the line for 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's the unit's second highest rate in a game this season, and they did that without Benedict and then losing Jonah Jackson for a little bit. And the caveat to this stat, which makes it even more impressive, is that the Steelers defense entered this game with the most pass rush wins in the NFL. So
yeah, they did that against a very good defensive line. So that credit to the offensive line. Do we have to credit Ryan Poles at this point? Are we crediting Ryan Poles? Because Joey, when we found out that Benedict was hurt, you actually turned to me and said Benedict's hurt pregame.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, who's in? Ozzy, it's Ozzy Trapilo. That was the last time we said his name. And that was like the main thing is like, I was worried like, oh, geez, this guy's going to be a turnstile. No, It was the opposite. One pressure the entire game, no sacks from him. And at this point, we complained about it. But Colson Loveland looks like a dude. Luther Burden looks like a dude. Monungai is a dude. And now Ozzy Trapilo is giving positive reps as a starting left tackle. Can we say, hey, maybe we were wrong about Ryan Poles' draft class? Or Ryan Poles in general?
I want to figure out. I want to be the fly in the wall to figure out how much of that was actually, Ben Johnson and Antoine Randall and all the other coach and Dennis Allen.
That was gonna be my way of turning things around. What if we're giving Ryan Poles all this shit? He drafted the right guys, but the old coaching staff just turned them into nothing.
Yeah,
we don't like what the chicken and the egg kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, it really could be. I mean, you've seen it, and not just with the Bears. You've seen it, with a lot of guys that get drafted. You're like, oh, man, this dude's going to be a stud. And then he goes to one of those shit teams because they are shit teams that usually get the best draft picks. And then, they turn out to be a total dud, or they are a dud at their first team. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they start popping off on their second team. I mean, we've seen it with a couple of quarterbacks recently. So yeah, coaching has a lot to do with it, so am I ready to, give Ryan Poles his flowers? Not necessarily, but I really do think that this is a product of the coaching staff coaching up his draft picks.
Yeah. No, and I think with Ben Johnson being a big football guy too, like I think I think he had his fingerprint maybe more so in free agency, like say, hey, go get me Jonah Jackson, go get two. Like, so I think that's probably an aspect of it. But yeah, you're right, Peter. It is you can't really know if it's chicken or egg, because is it the coaching staff giving their influence on who to draft as opposed to them actually coaching up the guys that Poles wanted. So I guess we'll find out next year too. Maybe we'll find out more if who is actually calling the shots, on this team. So,
and I should have mentioned, I mean, Ruben Hippolyte got hurt, and we don't know what he is yet, but he was put in a tough spot. He's like the 4th, 5th linebacker, but he got minutes before he got hurt. This draft class, I'm looking at it now. It looks like it might be pretty decent. If you hit on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, I'll take that.
Yeah,
they become starters. That's how franchises build.
Mm-hmm. Correct, 100%. And Bears, still leading the NFL in takeaways, despite all the injuries, despite not being able to stop the run at times and giving up big chunks of yardage. Because I mean, obviously, we did see what Mason Rudolph did. It is Mason Rudolph, but when you don't have any linebackers and you still have your starting secondary, primarily all hurt. Tyreek Stevenson went out throughout the game as well. It is hard to stop any quarterback in the NFL. So that being said, there is an issue with the depth, but we'll see what happens in the next week or coming this Friday, because we should be getting Gordon and Jalen Johnson back. It sounds like they're going to be activated, and fingers crossed. And I don't know if there's any. I was trying to see if there's any word on Tyreek Stevenson, if how bad his injury, because he left with the hip. So with the short week, that might be tough. But getting our two big studs back on the secondary is going to be a big move, big gain for the Bears defense.
Yeah, and it just go ahead, Doug or Joey.
No, I was just going to call out Jaquan Brisker too, because that play he made at the end of the game basically won it for us. So talking about guys stepping up on defense and draft picks in the whole nine with Bowles. So there's a few hits. Okay, he's playing the hits right now.
We should also mention Sean Wright, because he's had a couple really good interceptions the last 2 weeks, and I had to tweet out there that he dropped an interception a couple weeks ago where I said, that's why you're a cornerback and not a receiver. And then he showed me up, because that interception yesterday was unbelievable. One-handed toe taps. He talked about him. I saw a post-game interview where he talked about he still has receiver tendencies, and they used to call me something toe taps. And I'm like, all right, I like that. So he's been put in a tough situation, because you didn't expect him to play at all probably this year. And now he's playing really valuable minutes. And sometimes in coverage, he gets burned. But just like everyone else, he's showing up when the times get tough and causing turnovers that are really valuable to this team. And that's how they've been able to win these games.
Yeah, no, he's been, and even Ben Johnson said that he's expected to still continue getting playing time going forward.
He's earned
it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's 100% earned it. All right, so obviously we got the big game on Friday against the Eagles. We could have potentially been playing for first place, but the Buccaneers decided to just shit the bed and not show up yesterday. Baker, went out early with the shoulder injury. But if the Bucs won that game, then we could have been potentially playing for a number one seed Friday, because the Eagles did lose to the Cowboys, which is funny and shocking at the same time. You know what? That's one of those games where you wish both fan bases would lose.
Yeah.
But we did have the Eagles Alliance, so I feel like we have to, be like, thank you for your service, Eagles.
Right.
Fuck the Cowboys.
So that was one of my questions to you guys. Were we've been hyping up this game, Black Friday. I keep telling people that this is the real litmus test. We're done with there's no easy games in the NFL, but we're done with the cupcakes part of the schedule, and now it's real, tough sledding from here on out. I saw a lot of people saying oh, it was good that the Eagles lost, and I was in my head it was the opposite. I would much rather have them won this game, and then us being the quote unquote trap game, because as much as it's a week to week league or something like that, are you happy that the Eagles lost, or would you have rather them beat the Cowboys and maybe lower their defenses a bit or something?
I for one, just with our brethren, I love to see Jordan down bad. I love to see Jordan down bad. Big Eagles fans from the Boneheads and Brewskis podcast. I love seeing that dude down bad. Albert hasn't had enough to talk about this season, with the Cowboys. So I'm glad that Albert got his flowers for that thing. I want to see Jordan down bad heading into our matchup. So yes, I like that. I did like it yesterday.
Yeah, I was hoping that the Eagles would lose, because you always want to, catch them on
a down
the armor.
Yeah, on a slope. Yeah, so especially on a short week too. You it's kind of like you used to always say in baseball, you want them, like if you're playing the next team, you want them to go 7 games. That go 7 games, get nice and beat up and tired. And that's why they, go into overtime, in that game, let them get worn down, tired, and then short week it.
Yeah, Joey kept saying we were at Vito and Nick's. You said they're softening them up for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened. So hopefully they're not that upset being the Eagles that, they're going to have a chip on their shoulder on Friday, to try to avenge their loss against the Cowboys and take it out on us.
Yeah, so I think we can just talk about the preview of the game real quick, because obviously, the Eagles coming off the Super Bowl, they were started hot. They kind of faded the last few weeks. Saquon Barkley is not doing what he's been doing, in the past. So that's a good thing. But the Bears still have trouble stopping the run, and who knows if our linebackers are going to be back. Tremaine Edwards is on IR, so he's not coming. He might even be back this season. Who knows at this point? He might be done. So linebackers depth is still going to be an issue. Secondary, we're getting healthy on. That's a positive. Montez Sweat positive. AJ Brown had a big game yesterday. Devontae Smith, another big game. So getting the secondary back against those third receivers is going to be good. So it's going to be a question of how much we can disrupt Jalen Hurts, and I think we can probably get good amount of pressure because we are leading the league in takeaways, and I think that we can bring enough disruption to cause a couple interceptions or maybe a fumble, somewhere. But I think this is a very winnable game. We're catching the Eagles at the right time, and I think that the Bears have a really good chance to have a statement game. Peter, you said it. This could be their trap game. They're overlooking us. They're thinking we only beat shitty 500 and below teams. So I think Bears are a much better team than that. Obviously, there's lots that they have to clean up, but I think they can go in there to Philly and make a statement.
Yeah, I think we always had this as a loss, when we did our preseason predictions, and even going in, week by week, we always thought that Black Friday was going to be a tough game. It definitely looks easier now the last couple of 2-3 weeks, right? The Eagles they don't look like the world beaters that they did when they rattled off, what was it, like 17 wins in a row or something crazy like that. Yeah, they definitely don't look like that. They're and the team, and maybe Jordan could expound on that on his podcast, but Steve Sirianni has it seems like there's like a chink in the armor. So if Ben Johnson is able to figure that out, I think the way the Bears win this game, I think it's going to have to be another shootout. I really do. I don't think that even with the people coming back, and the Eagles haven't been scoring a lot of points, but those receivers on the other side of the ball are way too talented for even the Nashawn Wrights of the world, who I just gave his flowers to. I think we're going to have to score some points to win. And I think Ben Johnson can figure out how to expose the Eagles defense.
Exposing D's?
Exposing D's, exactly.
Yes.
All right, one last Bears question for you guys, because I said 8-3 is like now we could really start talking about playoffs. I didn't think before we get to playoffs. Do you think the Bears win the division? I got all of their schedules up for the Packers, Lions, and the Bears. Can the Bears win the division?
First off, fuck the Giants and fuck Jameis Winston for not being able to close that game out yesterday against the Lions.
Yeah.
They should. Yeah. Giants once again blowing a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. They just couldn't do it. So, I mean, if we're looking at our projections here, right, I'm going to toss up the Eagles game because that could go either way, right? And we're going to probably split against the Packers. We can beat Cleveland. Mm-hmm. We can probably beat the Lions at home. But I don't know. Jamar Gibbs is just you gotta tackle Jamar Gibbs, man. Like
after that last Bears Lions game, that's the one game where I don't know how you beat that. They lost by 50 last time.
But here's the thing, dude. You don't know what giant or what team you're gonna get with the Lions. I mean, they just tooth and nail to beat New York, So I don't know. You really got to wait and see on that one. It is literally so far away. Last game of the season, you don't even know what the implications are. I mean, they lose a couple games. They got some like hard matchups in here. They got the Rams or whatever, who seem like they've been playing pretty decent lately. You just got to see how it all shakes out. It might not even be like a game that they need to win. They could win out, and all it could take is us to lose one.
Yeah, I mean,
two.
Yeah, I think we actually have a shot. Going on the record here is saying I think we sweep Green Bay. I'm not afraid of them.
So
I'm not at all.
That's my path to the division. Is I need some other people to beat up on the Lions. I'm actually going to be, sacrilegious. I'm going to be rooting for Green Bay this week. I want Green Bay to beat the Lions because I think we could beat Green Bay. The way Green Bay's playing and their offense and their defense, to be honest, I think Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, we say he's 1-0 in Lambeau, but they should have beat the Green Bay Packers twice last year. And I think they can beat the Green Bay Packers twice this year. So if they are to win this division, you beat up on Green Bay and the Browns in that meaty part, or like that middle part of the schedule, and then go from there. But I'm hoping somebody beats the Lions, whether it's the Packers and the Rams. The Rams look like world beaters right now. Matthew Stafford is playing out of his mind. If they drop a game against the Packers, they drop a game against the Rams, then this kind of opens up for the Bears. But you gotta put in some work and beat some teams you're not expecting to beat. You would think they're going to beat the Browns, but you never know. And then from there, you got to figure out to win 3-4 games.
Yeah. Plus, Green Bay and Detroit also have a game each against the Vikings, and they already benched 9. They gave him the phantom injury. I don't know if you guys saw that they put him in concussion protocol. And the coaches couldn't name the play where he got concussed on.
Could have been any play. Who knows?
He already got his phantom. He already got benched for the fake injury. Now they're running with like Cam Boozer or some shit like that as their quarterback, third stringer. I don't know, something Cam. I think maybe with the Bears having a tougher schedule, obviously we got to the top, right? So we can afford to take a couple losses if the schedule plays out. Maybe we get into a wild card. I think winning division is going to be tough, especially with the Lions' remaining schedule. But best case scenario, we get the first wild card spot.
Yeah, right now, if the season ended right now, we'd be playing the Packers in the playoffs. I would take that. I mean, obviously we have a history of losing against the Packers in big games, but I'm saying it right now, I would take that as currently constructed. But yeah, it's going to be fun. We predicted 9-8, I think was best case scenario.
Yeah. JT, he got concussed when Justin Jefferson knocked his ass out in the locker room after that game for being shit.
Could be. Now, if they don't make the playoffs, do you think the season is a failure? Are you upset if they don't make the playoffs now?
No, I don't think any of us really kind of expected playoffs in the first year.
I think we're house money now. We're playing with house money.
Exactly. I think we did our Bears projections and we all said like 10-7, maybe 11, like, and best case we sneak in, wild card, and that's still best case. I don't think if any of us, we see the progression that this team has made offensively, being one of the top 5 offenses in the NFL now, having one of the top defense for takeaways. Who would have thought that the Bears are averaging, 20 some points a game, with Ben Johnson, and having a top 5 offense. So yeah, I'll take that as my first year of growth. Now next year I want playoffs for sure.
Yeah, even though we are playing with house money, I'm still going to be pissed as shit if we lose that money. So in my opinion, I have no doubts they're making the playoffs.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
That, Dougie. I like that.
But I just can't. The reason why I can't deal with it is because of where we're at right now, and we're sitting on top of the division, and we have so many people on the internet talking shit. I know that we're not, as individuals, talking shit about it. We are excited about it. We're excited to be at the top of the North, but we're not talking shit. There's a lot of people that are going out and talking shit. Go for it. Do your thing. Do you, boo. do you, boo? You know, internet's forever though. You know, that shit could come back to bite you. But with that being said, I don't want to live in a world where I'm this happy right now, and in like six weeks later, I'm falling off the fucking Yodelahey Who cliff. You know, like I can't do that. So
Price is Right. Shout out.
Yeah, yep. I'm all the way in, They're making the playoffs come hell or high water.
All right. That wraps up our Bears talk. But before we officially close it out, we got a plug this Friday, Black Friday, at the Remova Loft. We're going to see all your lovely faces there for our Bears watch party against the Eagles. Doors are at 1. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. for this Black Friday extravaganza. And we are bringing you the best drink package, food and beverage in the city of Chicago. $35. You get chili. You get Sloppy Joe. You get sausage and peppers. You get homemade French onion dip. Not the store-bought stuff. You get the homemade stuff. And it's all buffet style. And you get 5 drink tickets for their house brews. $35. Can't beat that deal. Feed you, drink, quench your thirst. And if you don't want to, if you're still left over from Thanksgiving, you're doing the Thanksgiving smush sandwich, that's okay. Just you can show up. It's RSVP. You can free. We got Brown Foreman is going to be in the house. And I just talked with our boy Chris. So they will be on site giving out samples of their pours. I believe. Hold on here. What do we got here? We have some bonded stuff. So yeah. So Brown Foreman bringing out some bonded pours for you guys. So if you need that hangover cure after Thanksgiving, we got you covered. So RSVP, it's on our Twitter, on our Instagram. We'll see you all Friday. Can't wait.
Hell yeah.
All right, Dougie. Give us a hockey minute. You got 1 minute.
All right. Hockey minute. So what I wanted to give you guys today is, since we're talking playoffs, I'm going to give you guys teams that you need to watch out for. Okay. When we're shooting for this wild card, because that is, in my opinion, the ceiling for this Hawks team is going to be a wild card spot. These are the teams that you're going to need to watch to make sure that we get into a spot. Right now, we are currently out of a spot after the last couple games that we've had, but these are the teams that I'm going to need you to watch. Seattle, LA Kings, fuck the Kings always. We're looking at Utah, San Jose, Edmonton. Wildly enough, they're going from Stanley Cup team to duds right now, but I think that they will still sneak into a wild card spot, and Winnipeg. Right now, the Hawks are sitting at 24 points. They're in a two-way tie for what would be the third spot if there was a third spot in the wild card, but there isn't. They're sitting in 3. But the wild part of the whole thing is they're only 1 point out of the top wild card spot, but they're only 1 point out of being in 6th place in that division. So it is a very, very tight race right now, all in the middle of everything. I think, in my opinion, what we need to do is we need to get Nazar healthy. Nazar is not looking like himself. He's looking banged up. He's skating around like a lost puppy right now. I think he came back from an injury a little bit too fast. He needs to heal up one way or another, whether it be a couple extra days off or something, but we need to figure that out because he's going to be key to any playoff run. He's key to our success at the beginning of this season, and I believe that he's our detriment right now to the team. Lastly, we got a big game here on Wednesday. It's against the third spot Central Division leading. I don't know where the fuck I'm going with that. Minnesota Wild. So it's going to be a big game at the UC. All my friends hate Minnesota.
All the homies
hate them. So we're going to need to get 2 points out of this thing going into Thanksgiving. It's still not going to guarantee us a wild card spot where we want it to be heading into Thanksgiving, because that is such a crucial number and a crucial time. But we'll see what we can do. That's your hockey minute.
That is a hockey minute. I'm going to extend it a little bit because we got a little bit of black sweater talk. That's a tease for later. But I know our Uncle Beefloaf was in the comments earlier. The Blackhawks were cruising, baby. We were all at the game. I went to 2 games last week. Thank you to you guys. I was having a great old time. They were, world beaters. We're all excited. And then Uncle Killjoy comes out and starts talking about the Blackhawks. And since then, they've looked like shit. Did our Uncle Beefloaf mush the Blackhawks?
It sure felt like it.
It seems like it. They were rolling, and then he fires off a tweet. and he might not think. And maybe maybe this is me gassing him up. Pompous Loaf, his tweets matter. They, they're in Chicago. They pop up in the algorithm. They probably saw that they were a young, impressionable team. Took the wind right out of their sails.
It's that guy from the bobblehead.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I understand where his tweet came from. Because if you're looking at the standings and everything, it does look like they're not a great team when it comes to the standings on that type of shit. But it's one of those things. Seeing is believing.
Yeah.
Seeing is believing. When you're watching the games and you're like seriously honed in on this shit, you can see what's going on.
Yeah. And then they held Colorado 1 goal last night, right?
A team that's lost 1 game in regulation, the entire thing, averaging, I think, 3 or 4 goals a game. They held them to 1.
Yeah.
So
dealing with the injuries and everything that they've accomplished thus far, they're hella overachieving, and I love it. So once Nazar gets back, Knight is still in the Venza running. I think he's top 4 right now for the rankings for that award. So you know what? A lot of people in the streets say what is it? I can't say a bad word. FB loaf or something. I don't know if that applies. I love you. I love you, Theo.
Yeah. To that tweet, yes. 100%.
All right. So speaking of breaking the internet, and we talked about like the hype of the the Blackhawks because they are ahead of schedule. I feel like the rumors, they teased this for like the better part of 6 months. I felt like they've been teasing this return, but they did, which I gotta credit them. They did the old Michael Jordan facts, talking about the Blackhawks black sweater being back, and Hawks Twitter went absolutely crazy. I feel like, I mean, even casuals were all up in arms about it. It's a great move in my opinion. But you three are the season ticket holders. You guys Black Friday shopping?
These things are sexy as fuck. The only thing, when I checked the website, I haven't checked recently, but you couldn't get any player jerseys on them.
Everything's sold out.
Yeah, everything's sold out as soon as it launched. Literally within 2 hours, Dougie and me peeked behind the curtain that morning when it dropped. We're bouncing ideas back and forth, who to get. I pro-stitched, all the options. And finally I pulled the trigger and I hit submit, and my order was good to go. But then like within an hour of me doing that, luckily I did. I was seeing the word on the streets that it was already sold out.
Yeah, I missed. Yeah, I waited. I ended up in a work meeting, and then and then I tried grabbing a jersey that I ended up going on, and then they had nothing left but smalls. So and then
they'll restock, right? I mean, they're gonna restock or no? Are you saying no?
They haven't restocked the Centennial jerseys yet from the beginning of the season. So if they do end up, the thing that I want to give them credit on, and I'm not trying to take away your segment here. No. The thing I want to give them
segment, Dougie.
The thing I want to give them credit on is this is something that Blackhawks fans have been asking for the better part of years now, to bring them back, and they listened, and that's awesome. That really, that is awesome that they listened. But yeah, I'm hoping that these things are around for good. Like make them our third alternatives. Like you ain't gotta try and do nothing new. Like keep with the classic. It does represent a shitty time in Hawks hockey. It was probably one of the worst stretches in Hawks hockey, but I'm happy that they're back. I will probably be buying one at the arena, which is just gonna make me cry, spending probably an extra $100 on it. But
damn.
Well, but you get the discount for the team store, so that helps.
Yeah.
I still have the Black Caner one. I think, Peter, you gave me.
I did give you that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I am going to be rocking that at the game on Sunday.
Hell yeah. They said to wear black all weekend, right? Put it out there to the world. Wear black on Friday, wear black on Sunday.
Yeah, so I will have the Black Caner going. But yeah, those are sexy as hell, man.
These are sweet, man. I said I'm not a jersey guy anymore, and then slowly but surely, it helped that Dougie just gifted me a jersey, so I've been rocking that Bears jersey. I might have to get one of these once they restock, or Maybe I even go the AliExpress route and get a bootleg one. Who knows? But, I kind of want to get one. All right. Before we get the food talk, we got a couple quick headlines we wanted to talk about because, Jason, you sprung up the question last week about the White Sox making moves. They made moves. They made all of these moves. So you guys could see them on screen. I'm sorry if you guys are listening in the podcast, but you guys know what they did already. Of the 4 moves that they've made so far, what stood out to you?
We are no longer alcoholics. I am a recovering alcoholic.
Print the shirts.
Recovering alcoholic. T's and P's. I mean, obviously that was kind of foreseeing the way that he just came up and, he was basically 4A player, and then having to get the ACL surgery. Maybe they bring him back after he's recovered. Who knows? Obviously, Talkman, like, just the guy has noodle legs, so I'm not surprised. Even though he was good depth, good piece for the top of the lineup. I liked him. But yeah, so this as always, this happens, after we do our pods, so we weren't able to talk about it, right when it hit. And I think I said what we said, the trades at 4.5, and we're at 2. So
yeah, you set the line pretty good.
Yeah. We also talked about, like, we should have made this, like, needs to be substantial shit.
Yeah. You text us, Jay. You text the group chat right away when they did the Chris Murphy and the Duncan and Tanner McDougal moves, and you're like 2. And I didn't know what the hell you're talking about. And you're like, Sox moves. And I'm like, yeah, we should have put a caveat that these things don't move the needle. Like, obviously, like, to some people, some other podcasts, this is big news. I didn't give a shit about any of this. The one thing I will say, honestly, like, I don't give a fuck about Cam Boozer or even Tim Elko. Sorry to say, RIP. The one thing I do care about is people giving a shit about Mike Tauchman acting like he was fucking Sammy Sosa or something. Like, who cares, man? Like, they're gonna find some replacement Mike Tauchman. If, like, you can find them across. I could find Los Charros de Jalisco got a right fielder that you could probably pick up off the street and play right field for the White Sox. So, like, people were making a big deal about Mike Tauchman. I'm like, relax, everybody. That was my pick.
Well, we'll wait. We'll have more in-depth analysis when there's a bigger move to be made.
Well, we got the Rule 5 draft coming up, right? In 2
Yeah.
weeks. So they probably already got a couple names already pegged that they're going to try to draft. So, I mean,
White Sox are in the pegging.
Yeah. They did a good job last year in the Rule 5. So
good peggers.
Yes.
And then one last White Sox thing. Justin Ishbia and that fucking needle dick Clay Travis were at the Vatican. And there was some news to report that Mr. Ishbia invited Pope Leo to throw out the opening pitch at the new planned White Sox stadium.
Okay, where are the shovels, man? You keep talking about stadiums, Bears, fucking Sox. I mean, at least the Fire are doing something, but
oh yeah,
get the what are we doing, man? Like, Jerry's not gonna. Jerry wants his Jerry world. He's gonna do things Jerry way until he's fucking out of the picture. So what is this new stadium is going to be fucking 2033? I mean, what are we doing here? Come on. Just get Jerry out of here after, sooner than later. He doesn't need to stick around to the end. And then I'm not a fan of Lot B being demolished and, taken over, but we'll find a new Lot B. We'll go to Lot A or C or something, but if they really want a new stadium, stop talking, more action.
What if he's saying, like, he's going to throw out the first pitch, like, where the new stadium is going to be, and it's going to be in Lot B, and he's going to, and the Pope's going to throw out the first pitch at our tailgate.
You can come to the barbecue then.
Yeah.
We'll cook for the Pope. What do you think? What do you think? He's an Aurelio's pizza fan. Dougie, you got to fire up that pizza oven.
Yeah, we could do that. We do that.
Pizzas for the Pope. Isn't Pope Leo like 70-something years old? Like, you're gonna fucking make him wait years to go?
Yeah, listen, no death on the Pope.
No,
what the hell?
Leave my guy alone.
Right shape, man. He's
not saying that, but no, my point was he's in his 70s. and you're going to just keep on delaying and delaying this talk of a new stadium. Fuck new stadium. Have them come out to the South Side next year for opening day. Why are we going to push this down the road 5-6 years? You don't want them going out there like Sister Jean, in fucking 10 years when the stadium's done. R.I.P. her.
Good point.
He's a busy man, Jay. He's a busy man.
No, but I mean, you're Pope for life, but you don't want him throwing out the ball and fucking these 85. Like,
what if he has to get into game shape? What if he's got like he's building a pitching mound at the Vatican to really get in the shape? How much? I would need at least a good solid year. Maybe this is a opening day 2027 with the lockout. You know what? 2028, 2029. That's when we're doing it.
Yeah. I'm saying just do it next year. Then invite him back. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a one-time thing.
Yeah, we're just gonna have the Pope throw out every year. The Pope throws out a first pitch.
Running it, they're running it back like Dog Day. Just have it once a year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Praz is saying a good point. Would opening day be during Lent? Maybe be abstaining from eating red meat during that time. We don't want a weak Pope. We want him at full strength.
Ooh,
yeah.
We can't pause Easter, so
we can't pause Easter. At least we can.
Damn, Jeff. JT with the get to worse than true.
That's mean.
Can't believe that.
All right, last one. And I'm gonna go grab a phone charger while this is happening. But you guys are wrestling fans, so we can all talk about the Elimination Chamber coming back to Chicago February the 28th, 2026. And we were in a group chat together. Ticket prices were goddamn astronomical, to where ringside seats were $662 each. First row was $7,000. Joey, you ended up getting tickets, so maybe you start this discussion and then we could complain about it later.
You sold out, you sell out. You're supposed to fight against the fucking man, not be the man.
Well, I did indulge in a little pre-sale code that thanks to our Hawks tickets, I was able to jump in on, but it was a mad dash to look at something that was somewhat affordable. And even with all taxes and fees in, I ended up paying $250, which is pretty cheap compared to the prices I'm looking at down here on my phone right now of what's still available. This is ridiculous. Yeah. $250 for one seat in the 300. I think I got row 4.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard. Imagine trying to take a family of 4, right? In today's economy, WWE, TKO, what are you doing? This is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm looking at the inventory on Ticketmaster right now down here on my phone. The ringside seats are still the standard tickets are for sale today, and we're now going to be almost a week later. So these ticket prices are going to end up coming down because
does TKO want events to be like fucking Yankees and Dodgers games where it's all just fucking corporate people at ringside? Yeah. I mean, yes, I know that was a rhetorical question. But it's still a fucking asshole thing to do. Take away from the average wrestling fan, the people who actually try to save up to go to these events, but fuck them, man. Like, this is why we support our good friend, Tony Khan.
Our close and personal friend, Tony Khan.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to go to AEW next month, and we're going to see an affordable show and not pay $7,000.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah. I will say, oh shit! All right, fuck me.
Yep. You kicked me because I did buy tickets.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what happened.
No, with the logo to me was awesome. I really dug the how they put the Chicago in the cage and everything like that in the Elimination Chamber. I was really honestly excited. Going back to United Center for the first time since they opened the joint, with SummerSlam. And then, I can't spend $1,000 to take my family. Like that fucking pisses me off so much because that's what wrestling isn't shit without kids. You've got your older fans and everything like that, but if you don't have the next generation, what are you doing? Like the Madisons and the Hunters, they're not going to live events now. How is wrestling going to be sustainable in the future?
That's the exact same point that every sport is kind of like short-sighted and like, penny wise and pound foolish on is like, you can't go to anything because it's too expensive anymore. And you can't see anything because you can't find it on regular television, and you got to go fishing around 15 different apps for it. Yeah, I don't know what kids are watching wrestling. And there are demographics and charts that show that the average age of a wrestling fan has just gone up in the last 15 years because it's us. It's the older generation that still clings to the nostalgia and all the old guys and what we remember as a kid. But like, they're not catering to the kids anymore. And you're right, Dougie, like 10, 20 years from now, we're going to be old as fuck still watching Royal Rumble. But the next generation, my kids ain't going to give a fuck about it.
Right. Playing Roblox.
Yeah.
All right. Let's play a quick ad for us.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago sports bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, socks, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
Like this one. Well, Joe, we got to get you the new one because we got.
No, this is Dennis Allen, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah, Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen. Good job.
Yeah. Here we got some. Look at that. We got some good, better, best. And then, as I showed earlier in the show,
pop that ass for us.
Pop it. Pop it.
There we go. Look at that artwork. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like it.
How sexy is that?
Yeah, shirt looks good too.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna give one of these away for our squares,
Friday.
So, along with the jersey. So, good some good squares prizes for our last watch party. All right, let's get some food talk because it is the week of Thanksgiving. We all love to eat. We are big eaters.
Oh yeah.
Last year we did the King of the Ring for Thanksgiving, or King of the Hill, I should say. And I believe stuffing won, if I remember correctly. But I want to talk some other fun food stuff, like fast food.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk some fast food. Taco Bell.
Segue every time to Taco Bell.
You know what? At this point, this guy probably has like an under the table ad deal with him, and he's not telling us about it because he brings up Taco Bell every podcast. This is an ad deal. Is not what we're doing now.
Show me the packets. Show me the package, Jay.
It might be because
subliminal messaging.
Look, we got the Taco Bell launched their fan style menu, so fans came up with these menu items. The first one is a California Crunch Wrap. This Crunch Wrap Supreme, it has a Cali style with steak, seasoned fries, and guacamole. So like a California burrito where they put the fries inside the burrito. So now they put their loaded nacho fries, which are pretty good. So the nacho fries with steak and in a Crunch Wrap with guac. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna order one of these.
Are they out? Like, can I get it like tomorrow?
Yeah, you can get them right now. They have three of these fan style items here. The second one is the Burrito Bliss. It's a take on the cheesy bean and rice burrito with fresh toppings and Fiesta Crunch. So it's basically like a vegetarian style burrito, but it's with cheese and rice.
Yeah, we could skip it.
Yeah, that looks like the same shit that they put out all the time.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. This one though, it's on the Katina side. Basically, it's just the Cantina crispy. So they use crispy chicken on this with lettuce, tomato, reduced fat, sour cream. So I think of the three, the California Crunch Wrap is probably the best one.
That's the only one I'm fucking with. I very rarely frequent Taco Bell, but when I have, I don't think they fuck with chicken. All that, they're not good with their chicken. I'd rather do ground beef or steak when I'm at Taco Bell. I ain't fucking with their chicken. So give me that first option.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, like for like fan creations, they started off hot and then they just went downhill. Like I was expecting some wild shit because
Some bangers.
Yeah, I mean, most of Taco Bell's clients are the same people that are eating at White Castle. Like the drunk, the high, the whatever. I was expecting some bangers, and they started off hot, but
then the other two. But so they also did just release this yesterday, and this is their new steak and poblano quesadilla, like a rolled quesadilla. So entering the poblano category now, which I'm a big poblano guy.
Poblano guy.
Yeah, big poblano guy. I think I'm gonna fuck with this sometime this weekend after some heavy alcohol induction.
Maybe on the way back, somebody else, Sarah or somebody else is driving. We're picking up Taco Bell after the watch party on Friday.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
one thing I will give them credit on in this picture, they didn't make it look big, like because it's not gonna be. They
scale for size.
They gave it scale size. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, typically, what's whatever you hold in your hand, you kind of have a gauge of the size of it. So,
like a Comcast remote. Yeah.
Comcast remote or,
fluff it up.
Yeah. All right. So, but they also have some new menu items that they're testing nationwide in select markets. So these are not in Chicago. This is Mexican pizza empanadas. So
this is the weird stuff that Dougie was hoping for.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Get weird with shit. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love pizza puffs.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Dougie. These are like mini pizza puffs. I'm game.
Yep. It's basically a Mexican pizza empanada, seasoned beef, 3 cheese blend, and the zesty sauce. And then they give you the Mexican pizza sauce for dipping as well.
Okay.
So that thing looks and just sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah.
We need a road trip to these markets. Right. Where are they testing these? Probably California.
This one is in Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, not anytime anywhere close by. The second one here is a chicken crunchadilla. So they're basically taking like their cheese gordita crunch and giving it like in a quesadilla format. They have a regular and a sriracha aioli one as well. So but chicken, sour cream, cheese in the giant size quesadilla flour shell with the tortilla. I think that I might fuck with that. But you're right, Peter, though. The chicken I'm usually not a big fan of.
Taco Bell doesn't do the good chicken.
Yeah.
Eat your quesadilla.
Yeah. So that's the Taco Bell items I have for you.
You know what? Jer is asking about the pricing, and we talked about this in a previous episode. Taco Bell pricing has gone way up there. So like where it used to be affordable, now like one of those things is probably close to $6-7, maybe close 5.
Yeah. The second thing, non-Thanksgiving food related, but we'll get to some Thanksgiving talk here in a second, is I think it was like last week or so that they announced the Michelin star winners, and we're eventually going to talk about that, but we decided to wait for Thanksgiving. So the restaurants in Chicago here that got 1 star on the Michelin guide. I don't know how to say a lot of these names, but
let's rattle them off. Yeah. Rattle them off like
Atelier, Lincoln Square, Boca, Carino, El Ideas,
Douglas Park works.
Elske, Esme, Feld, Galit, Indinine, I don't know, Mako, Moody Tongue, Next, Schwa, Stepia, and Topolobambo. I know that one.
Oh, yeah.
So Rick Bayless getting another Michelin star. Dougie, have you ate at any of these restaurants before?
Is Moody Tongue the same as a brewery?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I have. But I was too drunk to remember how it tastes.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Peter.
No, it says like Topolobambo. They just retain their star.
Yes,
they've been a Michelin star restaurant for the better part of a decade.
Yeah.
So they just retained theirs, and I know like Schwa's been like around forever too. But yeah, a lot of these. I saw a funny meme where it's like, if you want to get a Michelin star in Chicago, you got to name your restaurant 4 words with 2 vowels.
4 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I told Sarah that I think one of my goals for 2026 is to try to visit the Michelin star restaurants, but as long as they're not like too bougie, right?
I think the 1 stars are the way to go.
Yeah.
You go to 2, 3 stars, you're going for something different than the actual food.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that I don't know how you guys feel. I'm not a super big fan of the prefix meals.
Like the courses.
You know what? Because it just seems like there's no value in it. Like you leave the place hungry. And like I don't want to do that. Like I don't want to like end my night like topping something that I just spent $200-$300 on with like some Wendy's. Like I want to leave satisfied. So I'd rather go to a place and I'd rather like pick out what I want and do a whole bunch like a tapas type deal. And like just have a bunch of shit to share for the table. Just my opinion though.
No, it's exactly my opinion as well. I had this conversation with Julie because we've been to a couple like fancy restaurants with like stuff like that, and it's like you leave more hungry than you when you came in, because like it's a 3-hour ordeal, and they give you like dime-sized plates with like a little piece of something, like it looks like. But you're there for the experience. You're there for something different than actual food. It's just the fact that like I'm used to fucking Taco Burrito King or fucking like El Fado, where I just go get a steak burrito for $8 and I'm full.
Yeah, I mean, you do try some of the weirdest, unique, like some of the best stuff that you'll ever have in your life. But yes, it's like so small. It wants you, like, I mean, when we went out with Greg from Maker's Mark, we were, like all of us could have ate like 17 of those, like $20 truffle ravioli or tortellini things,
That thing
like,
was so goddamn good. It's unbelievable.
It was so good, but it's like at $17 a pop, and then they said, what was that? That one guy ate like 63 of them or something, or what was it?
Yeah. It's something like insane. Like, I think it was like 60 something.
In the 50s or 60. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But,
and then in Chicago, here are the listing of the 2 and 3 star. Alinea, which got a star removed. They were a 3-star.
Yeah, they were a 3-star.
Now they're a 2-star. Ever, Kasama, and Oreo, and then Smith in the West Loop retains its 3rd Michelin's 3-star rating for the 3rd consecutive year. And I'm actually looking at their site right now. And you're right, Peter. It's a 2 and they say please allow 2.5 to 3 hours for the experience. They have their tasting menu, which is $420 per person. And if you want to throw on the beverage pairings for an extra $270, $245, or the Super Mega for basically more than what you're paying for the food at $475. So you could spend $1,000 for one person at dinner at Smith. Or if you want to do the chef's menu for $550 and 3.5 hours of your time. So,
yeah, I mean, that's like I was telling you guys, like Alinea was one of the ones that I always wanted to do. And I signed up for reservations a little under the weather. We'll say it that way. Yeah, dude, when I got my number called, they were like, okay, it's, they're like, can we pre-charge your credit card? And I'm like, yeah, sure. How much is it? They're like 900 and something a person. I'm like, yeah, I'm not hungry.
My cousin, he was at my house over the weekend. He told me that for his wife's 50th birthday, they all flew to Napa and they went to the French Laundry.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because they're big fans of Thomas Keller. And he told me basically like you have to like buy tickets, online, and you have to get your slide and you book your trip around your date.
Reservation. Yeah.
And they mentioned that it was for the 50th birthday, and they actually gave her an engraved bottle of champagne. They gave them a tour, and this is like straight out of like the Bear episode of Forks, where with the restaurant they go above and beyond.
Well, that's Alinea. The Bears restaurant where Cousin works was based off of Alinea.
Yeah, and they gave him a tour of the grounds, and then at the end they asked, "Do you want a tour of the kitchen?" And they took him into the kitchen, and they got it all photo with Thomas Keller, you know. And he said it was a cool crazy experience. And I forgot what he told me he paid, but I was like, yeah, I'm not. It's an astronomical amount to go eat at the French Laundry.
Yeah, I guess it's different for like, if that's what you're into, that's the different experience. Because like, I would never do that. But if you were to tell me like me and a couple buddies go golf at Pebble Beach, that's basically the same thing. You got to book your tee time and then book the hotels around that tee time and kind of make that experience the same way. But it's just like, yeah, I get a round of golf instead of like a meal. But that's like a to each their own thing. The one last thing I will say about these restaurants in particular, Kasama is known for like a really good breakfast sandwich and like a hash brown that looks like a McDonald's hash brown. But like their breakfast sandwiches is like world renowned. It's like a Filipino breakfast sandwich. I have to get that. I've been wanting to try that for like a year. So hopefully maybe this winter while I'm a little less busy, I'll report back. But Kasama looks good, dude.
The breakfast sandwich available until 12 p.m. Egg and cheese, hash brown egg and cheese. Oh, so it's basically like Filipino, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a Filipino pork chorizo or something like that. With egg and cheese.
Here, only $10, so very affordable.
That's what I'm saying. I want to try the Kasama sandwich.
All right, let's maybe we have to take a drive out there in the morning, like on a weekday morning or something, and go.
Yeah, is it every day of the week?
Longanisa sausage.
Yeah, it looks like every day. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we gotta make this happen. So,
let's
all right,
do it.
that is all the Michelin star food talk that I have. Oh, there was real quick here. Here's the new ones. So, Kasama start taking away. Feld, new star recipient, and then some other
Taqueria Chingon.
Got a bib gourmand. Yeah,
that means they're Chingon.
Yep. All right, Peter, what do you got?
It's Thanksgiving, baby. I love talking food with you guys. I like talking Michelin stars, but it's Thanksgiving week. I'm ready to, deep fry that turkey, which I will be doing once again. But I saw this earlier, and I said, we've talked a lot of Thanksgiving in the past. We did the Royal Rumble Thanksgiving. So let's do a quick plan your Thanksgiving. You got to pick one from each column here. And I know some people have different opinions on turkey and ham, but pick your, 4 dishes and plan your Thanksgiving.
All right, I'm going to go ham because I'm not a big turkey guy. So I'm going ham. I'm going to go stuffing. I'm going mashed potatoes. I'm going very basic. And then can I skip the pie and go with dinner rolls?
No, you got to pick a dessert.
Probably, I would take like French silk pie.
Oh, French silk. Yeah, French silk. Yeah. Dude, you know what the problem is? Like, there's not enough. What the hell is that restaurant?
Baker Square.
Baker Square. They're all closing down. You can't.
There's one by me.
You got a Baker Square?
Yeah, there's one in Woodridge.
I need you to pick up a couple 2-3 French silk pies for me then.
I got you, man. Just tell me tell me and I'll get them for you.
They closed the one by us in LaGrange.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep.
Joey?
If I'm going on this list, I don't care about proteins. I only love sides. So, but if I had to pick one, I'm going with ham too. And then I'm going mac and cheese. I'm going sweet potato casserole. I'm just going diagonal. And then I'm going.
It's like he's filling out a Scantron, just making a cool.
I'm drawing right on the Scantron. My grandma from Tennessee loves her some pecan pie. So for my grandma Betty, I do a pecan pie.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am echoing Jerry in the comments. I'm going ham, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and pecan pie. Now, that's if I stay on this list. If I could change my pie, I'm a key lime pie guy.
I forgot you've mentioned that in the past. Key lime pie is good too. I do like French silk. I like key lime, but yeah. All right, I think I've had this rant once already, but too many people are disrespecting turkey nowadays. Everyone is going ham for the ham. So I'm going traditional because you could have a ham at Christmas. You could have a ham at Easter. You could have a ham a bunch of different times. Turkey is your Thanksgiving meal. It's your Thanksgiving protein. I'll be deep frying one on Thursday. Hopefully I don't burn my parents' house down. We'll figure that out later. But I'm going one. I'm going B for stuffing because that is the elite Thanksgiving food. We talked about that last year. I think you have to go mashed potatoes. I feel like this third row is the weakest. They had to figure that out. I like dinner rolls, but yeah, I mean, sweet potato casserole. They should have made this a little bit tougher to choose. And then I'm going pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie with a little bit of whipped cream. That is traditional as Thanksgiving as you can. Maybe I'm a traditionalist, if you will. But my second question, ignoring this image, we had this conversation before because when we talked holidays, me and Johnny always thought my aunts and my mom and everybody, they would always make mastacholi for Thanksgiving and Easter and Christmas. We always thought mastacholi was like a Thanksgiving food. So like if you were to add something that's not traditionally a Thanksgiving food, what would you add to make it like one of these staples?
Enchiladas.
Tamales.
No, that you can't take tamales. Tamales is a Christmas thing. You can't just add on. You got to think of something else. Enchiladas is Thanksgiving. Enchiladas is something else. I don't think the Pilgrims or Indians were bringing enchiladas to the table, but I like that.
I'm going red enchiladas. But if I said if I ever host Thanksgiving, you're not getting turkey. You're getting a tray of enchiladas. Why did people don't want me hosting for Thanksgiving?
Red or green?
Red.
What's the protein?
Probably would do like a ground beef or maybe half ground beef and then either maybe a steak or a chicken.
Okay. Joey, you're saying tamales? Tamales. You know what? You're gonna get Santa's gonna put you on the naughty list for taking tamales from Christmas and putting them on Thanksgiving. You got to pick
My
something
family
else.
does them every holiday. It don't even matter. It could be Easter, Christmas, 4th of July. They're doing tamales year round, baby. And I can on the other half of me, you get kind of creative here with the bird and maybe concoct something new, experiment with maybe instead of a buffalo chicken dip, maybe a buffalo turkey dip.
Oh, I like that.
Know.
More football. There's more football.
Yeah.
Dougie?
Yeah. I dig it. One thing that I was sad that they left off was deviled eggs. Deviled eggs is a cornerstone of any holiday. So they shouldn't have left that off the list. But the one thing, much like you guys with the pasta, growing up, that I just thought was just everybody did it was pierogies. My family, Polish, pierogies were always at Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Enchilada, buffalo chicken dip, pierogies.
We're gonna do a Friendsgiving, and it's gonna have none of this on the image. We're just gonna bring our own shit.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, one last Thanksgiving question for you guys because I saw this. Speaking of the yak, Dougie, you were on the yak, but I saw Big Cat talking to some old lady about this, and I never thought of this move. I think it's borderline genius. I kind of want to implement it, but it would have to take a lot of talking to my family and Julie's side of the family and everything. There's a lady that insists that Thanksgiving dinner should be Wednesday night. That way you have leftovers and football set for Thursday and you don't have to miss anything or cook anything. And I'm like, you know how like we complain about moving the Super Bowl to a Saturday or doing something like that? I'm in on this move. I'm not going out to bars on Black Wednesday anymore. Right. Thanksgiving dinner Wednesday night, and then you have all of Thursday free for football and leftovers. This is kind of a borderline genius move. I'm in on it. What do you guys think?
I'm still gonna. I love staying on the couch and watching all my relatives cook, so I'm gonna stay.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep it as is. I'm gonna drink my stout and my wine and yell at them at the kitchen about how much the fucking Lions suck.
This guy's like, I am too lazy to work the microwave the next day. I mean, I like the move. You know, I'm a big Christmas Eve guy. Like celebrating on Christmas
so
Eve.
are we.
I celebrate Christmas Eve kind of more than I celebrate Christmas. So, I mean, I'm down with it. I never thought of that.
I don't understand how people didn't think about it. I just found out about it today, but I'm gonna try to implement it. Maybe I'm gonna start talking to the family this year to maybe do it next year. I'll report back to see how it goes. They might all tell me to fuck off, but I would like to do Wednesday night Thanksgiving.
Let's put it this way: does all the family have off Wednesday?
Yeah,
not everybody's off.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. But if you do like a 6 o'clock dinner, you can make it work. I'll report back. I'm gonna have to report back, but I like the idea.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it at all either. I mean, the same thing that we do for Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve get together in Mexico. You know, when all the families get together over there, they always do it the night before. So
Thanksgiving Eve, let's do it.
Thanksgiving Eve.
All right, you know what else? Let's do. Let's bump some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, let's get to our listener bums and MVBs. First up, we have a newbie. First time bummer. Angie, hockey girl. MVB, Ben Johnson and Da Bears. Bums of the week, the jackass harassing Connor Bedard and NHL refs.
You know what? I meant to put that clip on there because it was some bullshit. It shouldn't even have to be mentioned. We're all on Connor Bedard's side on that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't harass them. Yeah.
Grown ass man autograph.
If he says no, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And NHL refs, they just been banning the Hawks all fucking year. So
real bad.
Yeah. Next up, we got Aloha, Mr. Hand, MVB, White Sox saving Dougie for Barstool. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Baldstool. True. Yep. Sockside Boys, MVB, Dougie Fresh and his soon-to-be mop on his head.
Salad. Hockey salad.
Can't wait.
Bum of the week, the Giants were blowing another late 10-point lead against Detroit. I mentioned it earlier. They fucking suck, man. You had one job to do, fucking Jameis.
Did not eat the W.
Yep. Live by the Jameis, you die by the Jameis.
Mm.
The Love Family, MVB, 8-3 Chicago Bears. The Bears, and congratulations, Dougie. I am correct in assuming he is getting his flow. You are correct. Bum of the week, Old Man Winter. He's fucking with my holiday guests as they will be traveling to my table. Be safe out there, everyone.
There's a bad snowstorm that's supposed to happen.
Really?
Saturday night. Saturday. So there's still conflicting reports. It might be all rain, but it's looking to be all snow, and it's going to be a lot of snow.
Oh boy! But still come to a watch party. JT.
Yeah, that's a Saturday problem, not a Friday problem.
Yeah.
Bum of the week, Cowboys for spoiling my 12 leg parlay. Peter, I'll let you take that.
I want to add you to the text group, JT, and I'm going to send you the Bernie Sanders meme. I am once again asking you to stop betting parlays.
MVB, holidays that involve other people making food, and it'll be socially acceptable to watch football for now. See, me and JT are on the same page. We're going to sit on the couch and watch everyone else cook.
And bet parlays.
I'll have some parlays going. Shout out Circa. Colonel Bourbon. The Colonel. Bum of the week.
Yeah.
Blackhawks for not having black sweaters ready, but then trying to do a blackout game. Got to plan ahead, man. Marketing 101.
You can buy a Chicago Sports Bums Bedard shirt. That's black.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. And his bum of the week, NHL official Justin Kia.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. King Ass MVB Bears. Bum of the week. I don't know stuff. What stuff?
He doesn't know stuff. I agree with Sam on this one. Maybe the first time we ever agree on anything. He doesn't know stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Next up, Mailman Jack, MVBs, Julie, Peter, Sandy, Joey for chronicling their day together yesterday for us to enjoy and ending it perfectly. Vito and Nick's. That was looks like a lovely pizza dinner.
Yeah.
It is bum of the week. Baby Badgen's parents put a hat and blanket on that baby for Christ's sakes. And I say, No, you got to toughen these babies up. Let them get used to Chicago colds.
Fair weather.
Yeah,
Ice bath.
baby needs bear weather. Toughen them up as a newborn. Get them ready for those games outdoors against the Packers in January.
Now, I don't want to become the ageist again, because Mailman Jack was a parent way different at a different time than we are a parent, and now Tyson Bagent is a parent. They used to you used to bundle babies up like you're going into the Arctic, and it could be like springtime in Chicago. Now they teach you that the baby should be just as comfortable as you are out in the cold. Like if you're at if it's room temperature and you're warm, or if you're cold, your baby is the same way. So they're telling people not to cover them up as much. So maybe Tyson Bagent is doing the right thing. That being said, I probably would have put a hat on the kid.
Yeah, you think Hunter Fresh has got any pants? Hell no. Dad doesn't wear pants. He ain't wearing pants.
All right, that's it. Let's get to our bums and MVBs. Dougie, kick us off this week.
All right, so I'm gonna give a MVB out to my guy Nick Papa Giorgio from Circa. Took me out to a Hawks game. It was very nice of him. Very nice seats, so I appreciate that. I would also like to MVP everybody that took the time to harass everybody at Barstool Sports to get me over the hump here and get me on the show. So I really appreciate all the love and support that you guys showed me over the last, what would you say, about a month we've been doing this or so?
Yeah, about a month.
Sporadically, not every day, but just when we asked, and just when we asked to harass, you guys did, and I appreciate that. We obviously got our name out there enough, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. My first bum of the week is going to go out to Bree Sports Fan. Everybody hates this broad right now.
Bree Delio?
Bree Dildo. She is out here absolutely. She's just making shit miserable for everybody. Stop going to sports. Stop posting about sports. I mean, there was a time you want to do it about the Cubs, go for it. I don't care. Post about the Cubs all you want. And she was there for a while doing like Boston stuff too, which I'm confused about.
Yeah.
I don't know how that translates. I don't know.
Shout out Big Cat.
Off of my Hawks, off of Joey P's Bulls.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't come in with a foot of my White Sox. Okay. And God forbid you fuck over this Bears team. I already told you I couldn't handle not making the playoffs. So please, just stay the fuck away. Okay? And now, my last bump of the week. I hate seeing my friends down bad. I really do. It hurts me inside seeing my friends down bad. Jason, roll the clip.
The Bears win. Hermano, how excited are you because we bear down today?
Not too excited. Not too excited.
My guy. We're all married here. You gotta take the win. You gotta take the win. If you gotta sleep on the couch for the night, sleep on the couch for the night. You've gotta be excited. I don't care if she's 2 feet behind you. She would have done the same thing to you, my man.
This was not about her.
Yeah, this was 100% about her. You were not excited because she was walking behind you. You got to get out there and you got to be excited for your team. I don't care if she's walking 2 feet behind you. Sleep on the couch that night with your dignity.
You barely beat Mason Rudolph at home. This is the problem. I expect more from this team. I need more from this team, even with 7 starters out. You want more from this.
Of course you want more from this, but you're making up excuses for a win in the NFL. Don't be excited. We're in exciting times.
It is exciting times. I don't want to be that guy. We always say you take a win and you're happy and you don't apologize for it. But it's Mason Rudolph, it's Spencer Rattler, it's Joe Flacco. It's all these guys. If the Bears go out and put belt to ass on the Eagles, I'm going to be the first one leading the line talking about, hell yeah, now I'm excited. Now I'm talking.
The big
now we're
picture
cooking.
is you won the battle of the household. That's what I'm talking about, my friend. You won the battle of the household. You got to go out there and you got to pound your chest for the next 24 hours. That's what you got to do.
I want to go back to the video game because when Joey asked the question, Peter's face kind of froze up like he didn't really want it.
The Bears win. Hermano, how excited are you because we bear down today?
Not too excited. Not too excited. You also got to figure what I'll transition from Dougie to my bum. We're also doing the 45-minute walk from hell, where like it took us 3 hours to get out of that goddamn stadium. So, pardon if my enthusiasm was a little lacking. I'm doing the penguin waddle because I got long strides and I can't fucking step on people as we're funneling through the goddamn museum campus and everyone's fucking crop dusting each other because everyone had $15 beers. So yeah, I apologize if I wasn't all gung ho rah rah, but like I mentioned, I was. They win against the Eagles. I'm cutting the promo for that one.
This was all out of love, my dude. All out of love.
So yeah, my first bum. I'll go to my first bum. It's Soldier Field, man. Holy shit! It's my yearly rant on Soldier Field. And I like everyone I would talk to, because I mean, obviously, you know, we you know what? I'll transition. First MVP, Joey and Sandy. Obviously, always the best time hanging out with you guys, Julie, and we all had a blast. It was a Sunday fun day, and it was such a good time. So I'll start there. And my second MVP is the 1st and 10 tailgate, the fat team. Really cool. Like I'm probably like that's gonna be my go-to tailgate now that like if we go to any games, they know how to throw out an awesome tailgate, music, food, beverages, stuff like that. Really cool. So that was the good part of it. But yeah, it's my yearly complaint about Soldier Field because we stand in line and it's 30 minutes to go to the bathroom, and you know you're funneling in and out of that stadium. And the worst part about it was pissing me off was you got to put some TVs in the concourse, man. If you're going to get a beer, you're going to get like some food or going to the bathroom. I understand you're missing the bathroom. You're missing the game to go to the bathroom, but you shouldn't be missing the game when I'm giving you money. Like put some TVs bigger than Michael Scott's. So, like they have 2 TVs at each concession stand, but put them in the hallways, put them in the rafters, put them everywhere so you can watch the goddamn game while you're trying to enjoy the game. So yeah, that's my yearly Soldier Field rant. So I could have Soldier Field at the end of the year graphic, because until they move to Arlington Heights, I will complain about it ad nauseum. And I cannot wait for Arlington Heights.
Yep. All right, Joey.
Multiple MVPs already been mentioned, but I'm going to run them back again. Dougie, brother, you've got a nation behind you now that you've made it. So you know that we love you and we're going to be with you all the way through and through.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Other MVP, Peter, you already mentioned it. The fat crew over there, the hospitality was 10 out of 10, no notes. They were awesome. They always are. So that's a go-to for anybody never been. They're around Wabash and what is it, like 500 South Wabash? Right around there in that
521 Wabash.
Yep.
The one thing I wanted to point out, the location's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. It is. You got the buildings blocking wind and everything like that. Even, you know, top notch area. Yeah.
And of course, other MVP, the last MVP, I have to say, it's reciprocal. Having my hermano and hermana hang out with us all day yesterday, it was a throwback. Felt like a throwback double date day.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. And we hope that it seemed to work. The truce dinner at Vito and Nick's was top notch. It was a great time. And got to do some more of that. I'll get to my bums because I got 2 this week. One in particular, that damn Aaron Rodgers. dude, you know what? You can come up with any excuse you want. My arm, my head, my neck, my leg,
my ass,
my feelings,
and my back.
How about his feelings were hurt? Maybe that's what he was hurt. His feelings. I blame the NFL for this too. He's going to play. He's not going to play. What's the purpose of an injury report? Okay. So if there's rules in place and they were broken, a team needs to be fined. This already happened to the Bears before with the Ravens, right? Lamar Jackson, with he was going to play or not. So I don't know. NFL, you turn a blind eye, it seems, in certain circumstances, especially against our beloved Chicago Bears. And then my second bum of the week, McDonald's. What are you doing? We have what our most coveted time of year, McRib season. Here I am feeling horrible because my Pullman McDonald's location on the far south side, they do a phenomenal job. My McRib comes out as advertised, just like in the photo. It's delicious. Now, I have gotten tons of feedback of other folks across Chicagoland and even out of state that are getting their McRibs as dry as sandpaper. What the hell is going on, McDonald's? Why are you not properly saucing these McRibs? You know,
sauce them up.
So they got to sauce up these McRibs. My poor compa, Danny Reyes, reached out to me. He texted me. He was so distraught over the McRib that he was given without enough sauce. I'm like, bro, you got to carry that thing with you, that bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's. You just can't trust McDonald's no more, and it's sad. So you know what, McDonald's? You need to do something. I don't care if it's giving away a small barbecue sauce packet with every McRib purchase, but you need to fix this, and you need to get this right for next season. Okay? That's my bum of the week.
Dry ass rib meat.
That's such a Dan Reyes text too.
It's my compa.
All right, I'm gonna take us home. I don't have any MVBs, but I will jump on and say MVP Dougie. Congratulations on going to Turkey, getting some your hair did. Appreciate that's good stuff. I got two bums of the week here. My first one is Stephen A. Smith. You know, he's a jerk. He said Drake May.
Stephen A. Smith, he's a jerk. No.
Right.
The other day he said that he called Drake May a liar because he said First Take is the #1 morning show. Don't tell me you an athlete and you don't know that. Don't tell me you an athlete and you don't know that Cam Newton is on the show. You lying. Look, athletes got more important things to do. Starting quarterbacks got more important things to do in the season than watch fucking piece of shit hot take shows like First Take. So yeah, maybe he doesn't check the Nielsen ratings every week to find out that it's the #1 rated morning show. You know what else would be a #1 rated morning show on ESPN? If there was a sports show that showed highlights and had two people talking back and forth for a couple hours every morning. That would be the #1 rated show on ESPN in the mornings. But Steve, get your head out of your ass, your bloviated head, and think that everybody knows who you are. If he actually wants to run for president, he's going to be in for a rude awakening when people do the polls and they're going to be like, who the fuck is this guy? Imagine how much he's going to lose his shit when people don't realize he has a #1 show on ESPN in the mornings. And he's like, I don't know who the fucking Stephen A. Smith is. Because you know what? Some people don't watch sports. And some people have more important things to do at 10 o'clock in the morning, like working.
Yeah.
So fuck off, Stephen A. Second bum of the week is Sean Duffy, U.S. Secretary of Transportation. He did a speech the other day, and he was talking about how people travel, and he wants more civility in traveling, you know, like saying please and thank you to our pilots and flight attendants. And, you know, if you see somebody, you know, struggling with their bags in the overhead bin to help them out and everything, then that's respectable, you know, stuff. But then he had to jump the shark and he had to tell people how to dress on a plane. And he says, you know, whether it's a pair of jeans and a decent shirt, I would encourage people to maybe dress a little better, which encourage us to maybe behave a little better. let's try not to wear slippers and pajamas as we come to the airport. And I say, fuck you. I want to be as comfortable as possible when I'm flying. If I'm flying fucking 9 hours overseas or something, I don't want to be in a suit. I don't want to be in jeans. I want to be in shorts or sweatpants and have the most comfortable apparel possible and not be fucking miserable for multiple hours sitting in an uncomfortable fucking chair. So I encourage people to wear pajamas, sweatpants, t-shirts, all that on the airplanes. You do you be comfortable and fuck off for telling people how they should dress.
Too many scumbags flying nowadays. That's the problem. They what's the quote? Like, dress for the job that you want, dress for the flight that you want. I don't. We've gone too far. I don't want to see some fucking person in fucking Elmo pajamas and flip flops on a plane, dude. Like, just put on some fucking like jeans, like a normal person. If jeans are too itchy, scratchy for you, just put on. Even if it's like, I will agree, you could rock like some Lululemon, like, you know, tech pants or like, you know, yoga pants. That's fine. But when you're in your fucking Transformer pajamas and your fucking slippers, and I'll go far as say is your fucking Crocs or open-toed sandals or everything like that, at least fucking put some goddamn shoes and socks on.
Dougie, I feel like you have a hot take on this because you travel a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's budget airlines, man. that's the spirits in the whatever. What's the other one? Frontier. You know, JetBlue. Yeah, they're right up there too. All those Terminal 5s over there in O'Hare. Yeah, dude. So the one thing I will agree with Jason is I'm not wearing pajamas or whatever, but if I am going on a flight to Europe or overseas and it's over like 8-9 hours, I'm rocking basketball shorts 100%. Because like it doesn't matter how comfortable of whatever you wear, when your ass is in a seat for 8 hours, like it just gets funk. So I wear basketball shorts, but then I also like mid-flight I'll bring, you know, like in the backpack, like something to change into, you know, like afterwards.
That's decent.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah. So, but always socks. You know, always got socks on. Sometimes, you know, like if I'm doing an overnight, like to Europe, I'll rock like the socks with the flip flops, you know, just something that's just comfortable. But then, you know, like I said, I have the gym shoes in the backpack for when, you know, we're getting close to getting off the flight, you know, but
I already know Joey's rocking a 3-piece suit on the plane.
Well, you know, I know. No, I'm in my El Chavo de Ocho pajamas, Jason.
Yeah,
I'm always rocking a polo and either a polo and jeans or a polo and shorts, either one, depending on where work sends me.
No, I'm with Dougie. I'll do summertime. I'm wearing like basketball shorts or even sweatpants in the wintertime. I very rarely where I wear jeans unless I have to go somewhere directly off the plane, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to be comfortable, man. You know, I'm not paying for the premium economy seats. So
all right, I know we're running long, but at this point, like, what kind of fucking sandpaper jeans are you guys wearing that you're complaining about? Jean technology has increased tenfold in the last 20 years. Jeans are stretchy, they're comfortable, they're like, what are we talking about here?
No, because like Dougie said, you're gonna get a lot of swamp ass going down there and stuff, man. Like you need something more breathable.
They don't make the seats big enough anymore. They don't cool the planes enough. You know, like I feel like
you get that much air vent that comes through you, and expect your balls are going to be all like, oh, that's enough air to cool me down.
Yeah, you get a whistling butthole vent. You know, like like that thing does nothing for me anymore.
Yeah, I could see the argument for like not wearing a tank top. You know.
Oh yeah, right. Don't be a fucking slob
or stuff like that. But like, if you have some comfortable sweatpants, I'm all for that for comfort on a plane, especially if you get stuck in the middle seat.
Okay,
I don't own any expensive jeans.
All right,
oatmeal raisin cookie.
This is another topic we'll have to bring back another time. Peter, what's coming up this week on the Baloney Show?
Yes. So on Wednesday, a little pre-Thanksgiving meal. I'm talking to Brandon Spinner, Whiskey Weather. He's a 13-year weatherman who gave that all up to pursue a career in whiskey content creation. He's one of my favorite reviewers. He's one of my favorite whiskey content people. So I'm excited to talk to him. We're going to talk, we're going to talk about his career as a weatherman. I want to ask him a couple, misconceptions people have about weathermen and predicting the weather. So that'll be fun. And then the back half of the show, we're just going to talk about whiskey and a couple releases that he was a fan of this year. So it's going to be a fun show. I really like Brandon. And he is a Bums in the Bleachers alum. He's a good friend of our guy, the Dram Daddy. So it'll be a fun time. That'll be Wednesday on the Baloney Show.
All right. And then, as always, on Friday, make sure you RSVP for our watch party at the Ramova on Black Friday. We'll see you all there for the great Bears victory, going for 5 on it. So, yeah, with that, everyone have a great week. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there on Black Wednesday if you're going out. And we'll see you all on Black Friday. Bear down, baby.
Bear down.